Oh, cis, heterosexual men, absolutely, especially white men.
What rights do you think that men have that women don't today?
A woman can still walk a street and not feel protected versus a man can.
Women are probably like underrepresented.
Like it started off with great intent, but you have people who abuse the system.
A hatred of masculine energy.
It's like anti-men.
Today I'm out here and I'm asking, is feminism still relevant in today's society?
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, it's more relevant now than it ever was.
Yeah, I would say feminism's still relevant today. You know, we built this country, men, but women at the same time got to supply more men, right? With no women, the world doesn't go round.
If you look at like domestic abuse, for instance, we know that it happens to people.
91% of domestic violent crimes that cause injuries are against women. 90% of perpetrators who abuse women were male.
Of all genders, but it seems to be like disproportionately like affecting women.
Is feminism still relevant in today's society?
Yeah, I definitely think it is. They put up a lot of bullshit.
Appreciate
they
that,
put up with
Casper.
sexual
Thank you.
harassment. They put up with a whole lot of bullshit that us men just don't have to deal with.
Of course it's relevant. Throughout history, women have been discriminated against.
It is, but I think it's changed a lot. Feminism started out as women's rights, and now it has skewed into something entirely different than what it was.
Are we going too far? Did we do this and all the rest of that instead of being angry?
Now it's morphed into something that's more preaching like a superiority over men kind of stance. Like I work with some.
God, yo, that She-Hulk show was fucking abomination. Oh, that shit was so woke, bro. I couldn't even watch it. You know what I mean? I just hate when they try and stuff it in your face. It's so annoying.
People who would consider themselves heavy
Nah, I don't got the 10-piece yet. My bad. I keep forgetting.
feminists, and they are constantly dogging on men, and they openly say, I hate men.
I would say that as long as men are alive, feminism is always going to be relevant.
Why?
Because men.
It's like today we're more polarized than ever before. And if men and women can't get along, it can only hurt society.
It's definitely an issue right now, generally speaking, with relations between men and women, and specifically heterosexual relationships. It's a dumpster fire out there. All right, for those of you that got someone, be grateful. Reconsider parting ways with that individual, because it's rough out here. Okay, it's tough. I mean, it used to be even just the hookup culture was decent. Now that shit's even fucked. You can't get no one to either fucking date for real or even find someone just to fuck with. Everyone's on some other shit. And I mean this both sides, not just one side or the other. Just from everything that I see and hear, it's crazy. You know what I mean? I'm sure that the rose sales are fucking through the roof. And all kinds of fleshlights sales are through the roof right now. Gotta be.
So there are some radical feminists who generally hate men.
They consider us a hate group.
The patriarchy.
But in today's lack of nuance, is it considered sexist to even question the topic? And if I had to be honest with myself, could I do it without my own bias? I guess we gonna see. What rights do men have today that women don't?
Oh, let's go down the list. A woman can still walk a street and not feel protected versus a man can.
I think
That's not a right. But that's not a right. Hold on. Also, hold on.
And not feel protected versus a man can.
I think we.
Bro, do you know, I've seen the numbers. It's dangerous for men out here just to walk the streets. Motherfuckers get jumped all the time. You know what I mean? Robbed all the time. That take is not accurate at all. You know what I'm saying? That was a feeling she shared and not a right. And that men suffer in that regard too, from getting ran up on. It happens all the time.
all have equality when it comes to laws.
Men are able to walk out maybe in whatever they want to wear, or, you know, be able to stand strong through societal pressure.
I feel like women take a lot of precautions just by being a woman themselves, you know.
Statistically, just going into like a corporate setting, if you look at how women are rated on performance review versus men, the language that's used, you know, assertive versus bossy, or kind of the dynamic of how individuals are interacting in the workplace, I do think that there are societal norms that place women at a disadvantage, absolutely.
I think you have to, so for instance, for pregnancy, right, there's no law saying employers can't like fire you if you're pregnant. Or like abortion, for instance, like that's a law that like only affects women, right?
Well, but don't you think that's just kind of explained by like biological differences?
But why does that justify making a law anyway that literally discriminates women.
And so biological differences lead to different treatments and reality. And so I wanted to take a different view on this topic of equality. Do you think today that women have certain privileges that men don't have?
Yeah, part of that goes into being able to say certain things that, you know, men would get scolded for.
They can just talk completely out of their ass freely. You're not allowed to say nothing back.
Do you think,
Yo, hey, listen, again, this is not a right, but this is certainly a privilege. By and large, ladies, you do have the advantage and the luxury and the privilege of saying some wild shit and not being held accountable for that. Like, imagine, fellas, imagine one of y'all's in the room with me. I said, yo, you bitch ass motherfucker. And you would probably like, what? Blink, hit me dead in the fucking face, right? A woman, to any sense, you know, reasonable man, let me make this clear. If she says, yo, Moon, you little dick bitch looking, da 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 da, and she just goes on and on and on, I'm just gonna be here like, yeah, all right. I ain't gonna hit her. In my mind, I'm gonna be like, in my mind, something else is going on. Trust me, in my mind, in my fucking mind, so we're clear. But there would never be anything else. I'm just gonna have to eat that shit and I'm gonna have to walk away. That's a privilege. Like, women can really say some shit. You know it too. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. Let's not cap. Keep doing the job, fam. Would be cool if you put a sports system. Maybe. I'm not sure what you're talking about. They able to be some sexual shit. It's okay. Equal rights and lefts. I've seen that one. And y'all forgot the. I don't know about that movement. I never heard of that one. These are some hot takes. Oh, they going, yeah. This is going to trigger a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Dating is a thing of the mind. You need to understand it comes with advantages, disadvantages. Absolutely. I had some lady pull up alongside of me and told me I was a sad, sad man. That shit impacted me. You little bitch, man up. In your mind, you have yoked her up. Feet dangling. Facts. I'm telling you, in my mind though, only. In my mind. All right, let's continue.
Say, like, do men have problems that, let's say, that women don't experience? For example, in statistics, like, men have higher rates of suicide, and, you know, obviously men die more when it comes to, like, wars.
Women can go to war.
Yeah, but how about, like,
Women can go to war.
it's true. Who's overwhelmingly going to war and dying in wars?
Men. I'm not gonna argue that.
I mean, I feel like the war thing is a little hard to get into just because for the majority, men are going to war. It's not really women going to war, so of course more men die.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like that's just because it's kind of like the roles that society portrayed forever ago. Men are...
No, that is because legally all males in this country, all right, one, this hasn't happened since the draft period. But if push comes to shove, all legal adult males 18 and older can get drafted. It's in the law. We would have to go if called upon, right? That is something that women are not on the hook for.
Warriors and men are the ones that are fighting, and then women...
Do you think more women should go into war then?
Absolutely not. No woman should ever go into any military.
But wouldn't that be going against equality if you're barring women from going in the military then?
Well, I'm not saying barring, but I'm saying, like, I feel like as a woman, you should know that you're not going to be putting yourself in a healthy situation going into the military. Because, like, it's harder to be a woman in the military than it is to be a man.
I think that feminism is also, it's almost an excuse for behavior. Flashing your tits or something like that, you know, behaviors like that. Like, but if a guy wanted to pull just his balls out, you know, it would be a little less socially accepted for sure. So.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you think in this sense that men have less privilege today than women?
Privilege is all kind of like how you look at it, what you're looking for. I think I'm pretty privileged. A lot of black people probably don't say they're privileged, so that's kind of how I look at it. We need to just stop looking and thinking everybody got greener grass and kind of just accept the fact we're not in a third world country, you know, with Russia invading us or some bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, life ain't that bad. It's 78 and sunny out. Chill the fuck out.
And you're high as shit right now, aren't you?
I'm cooked. Thank you.
Now, I don't know what to exactly make of what I'm about to explain to you next, but it may explain what's happening with society today. An experiment called Universe 25 created a mice paradise with an abundance of food and water. The aim was to study behavior over a time period in an attempt to explain human societies. And it was all good, but after 315 days, something unexpected happened. The population reached 600 and a hierarchy was formed with larger rodents starting to attack and cause male rodents to collapse psychologically.
Under those conditions, social behavior broke down.
This led to a new class of males called beautiful males who only care for food and...
Hey, I know who I am now. I'm a beautiful male. Hey, let's go. Get that in 4K.
and isolated aggressive females who didn't want to reproduce. And eventually, the society collapsed because of the lack of reproduction and lack of care for their young.
Yo, this is actually, we are trending in this way. Japan, I think is of any modern countries leading this right now, but we're pathing on the same path right now. Their birth rates are significantly lower than their death rate. That continues to happen, that society is going to collapse. And we're on this path in the same way. So, you know, there's all this talk about AI, artificial intelligence, this, that, and the other, automation. I think the fact that we are not finding partners, not having babies as a society is going to be a bigger issue more than anything. So that means y'all need to start fucking some more. You know what I'm saying? Find someone, start having sex, start having babies. That's kind of reckless advice. I know it's reckless, but you get the idea here. Yeah, the birth rate is declining everywhere. And you know what? This could be nature's way of reining us in as a species. Who knows? But this is fundamentally like the biggest existential threat is the low birth rates. Japan for sure, which is farther along in this whole thing, but we are pathing in that same way, not far behind Japan. So very crazy to think about that.